Is it time to get tougher? Is it time to change? I mean, what do you feel right now about your mission and the reality on the ground?
We can only work with the consent of both parties. That is the minimum operating requirement for a peacekeeping mission. And we came, unusually for the United Nations, into a theatre of operations where none of the combatants, and at that time, of course, there were 3 combatants involved, none of the combatants were declaring any interest in peace at all. We had to come for the relief of the humanitarian suffering that had gone on in this country because of the consequences of the war. And that's why we came. Of course, we tried to create the conditions in which there will be a peaceful resolution of the problem, and we certainly have succeeded as far as the HVO and the government forces are concerned in central Bosnia. We can all see the transformation that's occurred there. But in the final analysis, if we don't get consent from the Bosnian Serbs and a minimum ability to operate, then we cannot do our job. And I would deem this mission to be terminated, and I would request that we withdraw. At that point, to get us to withdraw, inevitably we would have to ask NATO or some other military structure to come and get us out, because we could not go out on our own in such a hostile environment. And at that point, of course, you would see a very changed set of circumstances. We cannot enforce anything here. Somebody else certainly could.
General, explain that. What do you mean by a very changed set of circumstances?
Well, if one came in here with a military force to extract UNPROFOR from where we are at the moment, and of course we are deployed as peacekeepers, deliverers of humanitarian aid throughout the length and breadth of this land in a non-military configuration. It means that, of course, we would have to get a military force to come in, occupy territory for a period of time to get us out. And that is a war-fighting act.
Yeah, but do you think that the Bosnian Serbs risk losing militarily if a NATO force comes in?
I think it's a very high probability they will lose.
As a general, what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by is if we're occupying territory, they themselves are going to have to give up that territory.